I have a story about that.
Please do tell.
So when I had first opened the studio, like on my own, so I finally like left and spread my wings.
How many years did that take from start to getting to that point as well?
So I had been tattooing at this studio for about 10 years, and then I said, I'm going to dokuritsu, I'm going to go off on my own. They were like, that's
a long
cool,
time.
great.
10 years is a long time to do it.
It's a long time. But I think that was considered really normal in Japan. And like, yeah, of course, like there's no lock on the door. You can leave whenever you want to, but I think I was really into this, like, I'm going to play by the rules mentality. Especially in like my first decade here. And then like when you open your own place, you realize like there are no rules. You just have to wing it and figure this thing out. So I opened up my own studio, and that was kind of when, like, I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Yakuza and anime.
Right. Sorry. There's a lot of stories.
We got time.
Yeah, we got time.
So I opened this place up, and this is before they enacted all these laws in 2012, which really turned the screws on the Yakuza. They kind of made all these RICO-ish kind of laws.
Oh yeah, it's for like when you go to Japan and you fill out visa form, there's the big thing of like, I'm not affiliated with any Yakuza. I think that was one of the things that they introduced was like, being a member of a Yakuza is a crime.
Or doing
RICO.
business with them. I mean, they really were doing this. And so this is kind of right before that happened, I think, about a year or two. And so I opened this place, and I tried to do due diligence and make sure there was like, no one else doing a similar business around me. I moved pretty far away from the place that I had apprenticed at, to not
not
step on toes. To be polite or whatever. And so, within like a week, like a Benz rocked up out front, and these two guys got out in like suits. By the way, I think by now that court case thing, the court case hadn't started, but the police crackdown had started.
Right.
So I was already like a
I just
rabbit.
opened up my shop.
I just sunk my life savings into this. Like I had gone all the way back to zero again. So it was
then they're gonna get rid of the entire industry, and like that must be stressful.
I mean, it was like I was like, am I just gonna leave Japan? Is that it? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, I was going through all this, and then like the door opens, and I'm like, it's a customer, and I go downstairs, and it's these two guys in suits, and they just park their Benz like right in front of the door. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I mean, like, but by this point, like, working in a tattoo studio for a decade already, like, I mean, you do talk to Yakuza, so but at the same time, it's a different thing for them to be actually like showing up at your door. So there they were, and so I was like, they're like, oh, because my shop is called the Invasion Club. And I think what happened was, I was opening in their Shima or whatever, and there were like a couple of Jima shows like on my street, a couple of Yakuza offices. And so they rocked up, and they're like, the guy's like, Oni-chan, what kind of club is this that you're running? And I was like, club? Like, oh, it's just the name, man. Like, it's not a club. It's not a club. And he's like, what kind of shop is it? I do tattoos. And he's like, oh, you do Irizumi, do you? And I was like, yeah, man. So I just like grabbed, I didn't know what to do, man. I just grabbed like the photo album I had on my desk and flipped it up like this, and I pointed to it, and it was Richan from K-On!
You want this?
And like both the guys just kind of like look down at it, and then they look at each other, and then the other guy goes, he's just like, Yakuza. And then I was like,
surprised he didn't just take his shirt off.
I was like, is that it? And they're like, we're not really the types to be interested in Irizumi. And I was like, you guys are literally the premier customers.
You just kept this industry alive.
Yeah. So that was my my little brush, and that never had any trouble after that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Do you remember like your first customer walking in? That must have been such a fun, like the first time a customer was like, hey, I'm interested.
I think in the beginning, because I was already trying to shift from a walk-in style to more of like an appointment-based style. It was a lot of like, when you first open, I was like, am I even going to have customers? Was I getting ahead of myself thinking that anybody would like anything I have to do? Like, you start like psyching yourself out if you think about it too much. But I think I got, in my head a bit, and then before you know it, like, of course people are going to come out and support you, at least in your first few months. And so,
and I imagine you probably made a ton of friends anyway, being in the industry for 10 years.
So
you pretty much had like a ton of friends.
A lot of goodwill from a lot of really good people. Like, I was really lucky to be in Osaka when I think about it.
I mean, I've really enjoyed that aspect of being in Japan as well, that sense of community, just not from just people who you work with, but like customers who regularly go and talk to.
People were great, man. Like people brought me stuff for the studio. Like here's a pot to make your coffee. Here's some blankets if your customers get cold. Like thoughtful presents. Like people really came and like, here's like a bottle of wine. I'm like, yeah, straight away. Straight away. Not even waiting for the opening party.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, people were really good to me. And so to answer your question, like it felt like super good.
Yeah.
It felt really nice to have people coming in and like, wow, like I have my own space now. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, a lot of people, they struggle to even imagine going to Japan. Like that's such a big leap, but then to then go to Japan and then open a business in Japan is like another level on top
in
of
that industry as well.
On that industry. And Japan is also very tough with paperwork and regulation. There's so much stuff. Yeah. And I imagine it must have been very challenging. How long did it take you before you really start to feel like you had really cemented your, put your foot down and you were like, I think I've kind of got it? Or do you never feel that way?
This week, no.
Well, because you're also opening a new one this week, right? Well, the week of recording this.
Yeah, that's right. That's
in
right.
Tokyo?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. In the hood. Yeah,
dude,
very yeah. So it's not a straight line. And yeah, the first time I got on a plane just to visit Japan was like a huge deal. And I was bouncing off the walls in the airplane. Like I was so excited, right?
Yeah.
And then of course, like I'm going to make an international move. I'm going to like teach English. I'm standing in a classroom for the first time. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any teaching credentials. I'm just like a guy like standing in a classroom. Like what's going on? And then going from there to like, visiting a tattoo studio and then, like everything's an incremental step though.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I think I started getting into the rhythm of like, okay, I've taken a swing. I've hit the ball before. It's not my first time standing at the plate. Like, yeah, sure. If I tried to do this, I think, 3 weeks into the country, yeah, I'm sure I would have run away crying and fallen flat on my face. It would have been terrible. Of course, it wouldn't have worked out. But it's everything in life is like that. It's incremental steps, right? Like, I'm pretty sure if you told me 20 years ago that like I'd be doing this, I wouldn't have even believed it.
Oh man, right? You're speaking to the right crowd. I think we all thought that about all of our own careers.
For sure, right?
For sure.
Was there anything like that you were totally caught off guard by when opening up a business in Japan, or like totally unexpected? You were like, what?
I feel like everything.
Yeah. True.
I think there's this idea, like, because I was already going through like visa paperwork, like if you've ever had to work with visa paperwork before in Japan, I know this,
we have an agency.
If you guys knew anything about that, but I'm just kidding. Like, if you've ever gotten like your visa finally like squared away, when it's done, you're like, thank God I never have to fucking do that again.
Yeah.
It's over. I can relax. And then like you go to start a business and open a bank account and sponsor a visa for somebody else. And then you're like, holy fucking shit, this paperwork, like iceberg is like,
it is an iceberg.
It's touching the Titanic so deep. It's insane. Like it's just honkos and papers and things in triplicate and like taking, glue sticks to seal envelopes and like over and over and like 3 interviews to get a bank account, like in-person interviews. It made getting my permanent residency look like a cakewalk. Having to like do the business stuff.
I mean, as someone who also opened a business here, even though I'm technically Japanese with Japanese citizenship, that shit was still like the biggest fucking headache of my life. Just 6 months of just like, as you said, like signing things over and over and over again, sending it off to some department I don't even know the name of, hoping to get a response within 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, like how like everything is very like trust-based in Japan, right? Like, whereas in America, they're whipping credit cards at you like shuriken when you're like 13, like hurry up and get into debt. But in Japan, like I'm like 35 at the time. And I'm like, can I have a credit card? And they're like,
I still don't have a credit card.
Yeah, not a Japanese one.
I don't have one
really?
Yeah.
No. My first limit, I think it was like 30,000 yen. I'm like, wow. They're like, no, don't spend it all at once.
This is my Konbini only credit card for the month.
It took a minute to build that up. I mean, I think that was like the frustration because like you're trying to build the business. Like I need to buy some things on Amazon. And like I can't.
Everything's over the limit.
This country, I swear, does everything it can to make trying to start a successful business as difficult as possible. I legitimately don't know how people do it. I mean, you did it. Yeah.
Just like,
I mean, you probably need to not know what you're getting yourself into.
I agree.
Like not knowing the amount of shit you're going to have to do probably helps because you're like, I'll just tackle one thing. Why is it 15 things?
How hard could it be?
So hard could it be?
Famous last words.
Oh my goodness, dude. I just finished my tax filing for the year. I mean, that is also like
hell.
An epic adventure of just like going back through your paperwork and like he's like, find the piece of paper from this thing you did in January. I'm like, I don't know.
It's somewhere.
Oh my God. And he's like, you have to find it. There's no choice.
Yeah.
I'm like going through, I just moved the studio too, or I didn't move the studio, but I opened a new studio and moved a bunch of my stuff. And so I'm like going through folders like, it's got to be in here. And I'm going through like, old anime figures and just looking for this receipt for an envelope.
So what are some of the most popular tattoos that you have to do in terms of like characters or concepts?
So I have kind of transitioned into trying to do more like original characters now to kind of break out of the envelope of only doing, like Niji Sosaku or, other people's like IP. Like, of course, like I do it in like my own way and like with my own twist, but I've tried to move more into that realm and I've tried to kind of really get a customer base that's kind of on board with that. But in terms of like the requests that we get, I think I've been doing it enough years now that people sort of know ambiently that like, oh, he likes to do like these kinds of characters. Like the weirder it is, the more I'm like gonna like it. That's the short version. So like a lot of people, they'll want to get something, like, and no shade at like Shonen Jump or anything like that. But that's a lot of what people want now. So I'm generally like, if I do an order like that, of course I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to do like a awesome job on it, but I'm generally more interested in something that's really off the wall. So if someone's like, I want to do, this Luffy tattoo versus if someone's like, I want this Maruo Suihiro or this Ito Junji thing, or like I want some kind of a crazy, or they'll say, what's even better is if they're like, I want something that's like inspired by that, but it's like your own original take on it. Because then it's like, all bets are off. We can do something really awesome.
Okay.
That's really fun. And that's what I find myself doing a lot of now.
I mean, that's an awesome place to be where you can kind of choose that when you're like, I kind of want to do more of this. So I will.
It's an incredibly privileged place to be when people are coming to you, not just like copy this thing that I found on Pinterest and put it on my body. It's more like,
Meanwhile, I rocked up to your shop and I'm like, can you do a tiny pum pum on my arm, please? I'm too scared to commit to a giant anime girl.
We grandfather in our friends. It's
I'll get there one day. Don't worry.
That's how you start.
Yeah.
That's
everyone starts somewhere.
Exactly.
I feel like Joey's inevitably going to get a lot.
I already want another one, so.
Oh, nice.
I'll know who to hit up.
You're thinking I could never be filled. I could never possibly fill up all the space on my body.
Never.
No. Until you're completely out.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's your next character, Joey?
I have a couple on my mind. There's like some music things I want. There's like another manga thing that I want. Yeah, it's I've realized now, like, having known now a lot of not only tattoo artists but also just like people covered in tattoos. I get where they're like, once you get one, you're not going to stop with just one. You're going to get more, and I get it now.
Yeah, you're looking at your arm and then you're looking at the arm with nothing on it. You're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I could fill up something here.
The tattooer's like,
more.
So what goes into like designing a tattoo then? I've always been curious about that.
So everything starts with the consultation or just the initial contact. So a lot of people are, if they're already following you on social media, they're already kind of probably thinking about what they want. And then usually they'll go through our customer forum where they kind of answer some questions and then they come at me with like, and I tell people on social media this, like, I'm like, throw me multiple ideas, throw me your weirdest, your craziest ideas. And then I kind of make like a list, like, here's some stuff I'm kind of interested in doing. If you need like some prompting to get your imagination running. So then people send me, anything from a few sentences to a 10-page PDF of like what they want. And then what I'll do is I'll take that.
I'd read all that.
Oh man. Sometimes people send you some Dostoevsky novels. Like,
probably because they have such a vivid image in their mind. But you're like, I'm not going to get that from this. This is too much.
Yeah, my prompt window isn't quite
that's not how it works.
It isn't quite that large. Yeah, no. So, but yeah, like I'll usually even take their emails. Yeah. And they'll be like, hey, I really like what you do. I'd really cool if I get this girl, and it'd be awesome if like maybe, I don't know, if you could do like hers like purple or something. Like, got it, purple. And then like they'll be like, and I don't know if you can really fit this in. Maybe like she had like a leprechaun sidekick or something. Got it, leprechaun. And so like you just like pick out the keywords and then try to fit it on there somewhere. Like, you got everything in it. It's like, I
was like, it only took 4 words.
Like so it starts there, and then you go and you look for references, you go and look for things that are interesting. Usually there's some other stuff, like you're putting culture in the brain constantly, just through like osmosis. So you're throwing shit up in the hopper, it's shaking around as you walk around the city, and then like when it comes down to sit down in front of, the drawing board or the iPad or whatever, you've already got some stuff that's kind of churning in there. And then you look at the prompt and it's like, oh, well, I could do this. And I was getting inspired by this other thing. Now it's my chance to bring this other thing in that I've always wanted to do. So it's a really fun process. That's what it's much more interactive than like if you're just taking something someone gave you and just copying it.
Yeah.